And welcome back to the second part. I'm going to exit out now and let's start work with the coding. But before that, I'm going to go straight to Solution Explorer in here and right click on the name of your project, and in there select Add, and let's select Reference. Now what I'm looking for is the speech library. So let's type in speech there. Click on the speech because I like my system to actually communicate achievement to end users. So click on OK. There we go. Now we have speech attached to the system. Okay, let's double click on this form. And I'm going to go right up there. Let's scroll right up. First of all, you see this very form here, myform.h. I'm going to have to include that. So enter hash and just enter include. myform.h. That's myform1.h there. Now the other thing that I'm going to do is, you see right underneath here, I'm now going to include the speech. So let's come right down here, copy that and just paste that in here, column. Let's type in speech, and column, we need the synthesizer as well. There we go, that is it right there. Now the other thing that I'm going to need is, I'm also going to need media. So let's say system, using namespace system column media there, and that is that. Now the reason why I need the media, I'm going to be using some sound in there. Okay, and I'm going to copy that the sound that I'm going to need, I'll put it inside the folder. So as time goes on, you guys will see that. Alright, so that is done. Now the next thing we want to do is, let's create a function that will drive the whole system. So that will actually make life easy. Okay, let's double click on the form, and right underneath this pragma end region, I'm going to create my function in there, and I will also declare some variables that I intend to use, create some object and declare some variable. But let's start with this. Let's go for the speech first. So I'm going to say speech synthesizer, and I'm just going to call that. Let's enter exponential and enter. That is the name of my speech synthesizer. Is going to be called SAPI, and I'm going to say equals get new garbage, and the new garbage is going to be the synthesizer as well. So let's just copy and paste this there. There we go. So I've just created an object for the speech. The next thing is, I'm going to create another object for the random function. I'm going to call that random number. No, let's just call it ran. That would be equals garbage collector, and get me the random. Enter parentheses as well for that. There. Now the next thing is, I'm going to create a variable for my arithmetic operator function. So I'm going to just say string arithmetic. Let's just call that operator. That's one of the variables I intend to use. This should be uppercase. Okay, and now I'm going to create another one that's going to be a local variable. This local variable, I will use that will be used to carry out kind of like incrementation. When you achieve a target, you get it plus 1. So that's the whole idea of this very one. Alright, that's fine. Now right underneath these 4 declarations, I'm going to create a function in there. So let's just say private, and that is going to be system. And I'm going to make it void so that it doesn't return anything. Void. And the name, I've just called that math operator. Okay. There. That is the name of my function. Now, within it, I'm going to declare some some local variables. Let's say int number 1. That's we actually take in whatever value we have inside this random. So I'm going to say ran to the next one. Ran to next. The choice is yours, whatever value you want to enter. But maybe let's say the 4th, this we can just make this to start from maybe 13 to 24. Okay, that's fine. The choice is yours how you want it. It can be 1 to 12 or whatever. Just do whatever you like. And the next one, I'm going to call it number 2. And I'm going to make the number 2 1 to 12. So number 1 will always be higher than number 12. So that's fine. Then another one is going to be an operation. So these very operations, I'm going to use that to take care of my switch statements. And that would also take care of the random operator that I intend to use. So I'm going to be using, let's say I'm using about 1 to 5. There we go. And another integer, and that is assigned the value of 1. Okay. Now I want to do one thing. You see right inside my form here, I have these very objects. Okay, I want the system to get focus on this, so I'm going to copy that back inside my function here. I'm going to say txt result. Just get focus right in there. There we go. There. Now let's use a for loop to take care of, let's say to take care of the operator. So in here I'm going to say for, let's move this up, for int I, that will be equals the value of 0, and I is less than number, that is the variable up here, comma, I'm just going to say I++, enter, curly braces, and within that curly braces I will then create my switch statement, and the switch statement is going to be for this operator. Grab hold of that, paste that in here, there, and the switch statement will also enter curly braces. Now all we then need to do is case number 1. In the case of that, the arithmetic operator is just going to be 1, this very one. Copy that. That is number 1, and what we will have in there is going to be the plus sign. That will be equals the plus sign. There we go. Now this following text box, let me show that to you. This very one, let's check out the name. The name is text box 1. and the other one is text box 2. Right, that's fine. Okay, you can just grab a hold of that. Back in here. So let's say text box 1 dot text. That will be equals. We need to convert it though. Convert whatever we have in there, because we don't want to assign this number, and this is an integer, so this only takes in string character, so it has to be converted. So let's convert that first. Convert column to string. And what are we converting? We are converting number, this very one. Paste that in there. And right here, enter semicolon. There. Okay, so let's just copy that for the second one. And right here, I'm going to change that to 2, and this is number 2. Make sure you enter your break in there. So that's for the first one, but here seems to have an error. Let's see why. Okay, I'm missing out the reference. There we go, the error is gone. And right underneath here, I'm now going to ask Happy to say something else. So I'm going to say Happy. That will be speak ascend. And I just want you to say whatever value we have in the text box here. Grab a hold of that, paste that in here. And I'm going to call that plus. Nice, Happy to read that out, plus. And we add another plus in here. And that will be for value number 2. Paste that here. And the following statement, output the following statement. Let's say, what is the answer? Okay, so whatever I see there, maybe 12 plus days. What is the answer? All right, and that takes care of my very first switch statement. I'm going to copy that now and use that for the others. So the next one, let's go for maybe the subtraction. So copy all of that, come right down here, paste, and this will be subtraction, and change the value in here to minus. Yeah, there we go. That is fine. Repeat the same thing for the next one. Paste, and this is number 2 though. This is 2 and this is 3, and here we can make that multiplication sign in there and change this to multiply by. Okay, alright then, that's fine. Now we need division. Paste, and this will be division. This is number 4, and in here we just enter divided by. That's for division. Alright, that's fine. So let's take care of right underneath here. I'm going to take care of defaults if there's any error, so I just want it to default as follows. Let's say arithmetic operator is going to be question mark, so just grab hold of that. And ask it to break. There we go. And right underneath here, I'm now going to ask the operator to display whatever operator we have in there. And the operator, let's see, that's the operator there, and the name is going to be LBL operator. Okay, then grab hold of that. LBL operator to display as follows. Right underneath here, display whatever type of operator we have in there, and that is going to be this. There. And that takes care of my function. All I just need to do now is to call this very function. That's the function. Grab hold of it. Okay. Double click on your form load, or double click on the form itself to take you to the event form load. There we go. And in here, paste. There. You can also write it inside your form load. I mean, I'm talking about the lines of code inside the form load, but since I'm going to be using the lines of codes in other area, so it's all right. Just put them in a function. That makes life easier for you. All you just need to do is to call the function. I'm going to save that. Let's run it and see what's going to happen. So click on run, and it's coming up.
15 plus 11, what is the answer?
You see that? So all you just need to do is enter your answer right there. Okay, so we need the result to check if my answer is right or wrong. So I'm going to exit out. That is fine. Now before I continue, I want to do one thing. I need some sound. So I already have the audio file, so I'm going to copy that. There they are. So I only need maybe these, and these. So okay, let's just grab the whole of the audio file, copy, and I will paste that right inside wherever my program is. Where is it? Right here. Just dump it right there and paste. There. I'm going to be addressing that shortly. Okay, let's go back into my program now. I'm going to go straight to the button, this very button, and that will be calling the audio file for me. So you see this one that says result. Double click on result. And right in here, first of all, I'm going to create an object for the form. Let's say my form. Yeah, that's going to be for form 1. My form 1. That's pointing to, let's call the form name form 2. That's the object name, or the instance of the object, equals garbage collector new, and the form is going to be form 2. Form 1 is called form 1. There, that's my very first object created. Now the next thing is I now need to create another local variable in here that I will assign numbers to. Okay, we can grab hold of all of these. Okay, just grab hold of one, and right in here, paste that in there, and this is going to be my integer. Let's say equals whatever we have in here. There. Okay, like I said, this is going to be a local variable. There we go, and the error should disappear, but I want you to convert everything to int 32, so I can say to int 32. There we go. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to copy this one for the second one. Just copy, paste that in here, and this is going to be num2, and this is txt number 2. Convert that as well. There. Now that that is done, I'm now also going to create another variable, two local variable. Actually, one is going to be for answer, and the other one is going to be called results. Right there inside my check result. So the button called check result. Now, to start with, add value, that is a global variable that is right up there. That would be equals add value plus 1. I'll be using that to take care of the points that will be awarded to the user. Now that that is done, we now need to check this text box, whatever we have in there, using an if statement. So we come right in here. So if that very text box equals the plus sign. If it's equals the plus sign, we want the following to happen. Answer will be equals number 1 plus number 2. There. That's the very first one. Else if it's subtract, space that there. Else if, there should be a space in there. If it's subtract, this should be subtract. Grab hold of that, copy, paste it right underneath here. Let's put a bit of space here. And this multiplication, there. The next one will be division. Change this to division, and here division. All right. So finally, I can just say else. That will be 0. Number will be 0. Else, let's say answer equals 0. There. All taken care of. Now that that is done, we now need to take care of the following result. So what we want to do now is in here, this will determine, these very lines of code is to determine the type of operator that we using. But right here inside my txt result here, I want it to be 0 the first time. However, if the value in there is 0, I want the system to output a statement. So let's use an if statement to take care of that. Just grab hold of the name. Back inside my codes, right underneath here, another if statement. Let's break that. First of all, I'm going to say results. Want you to assign as follows. As a result, convert whatever we have into int 32, and that is going to be that dot text. Now using an if statement, if result is not equals to answer. So if result is not equals to answer, we now want SAPI to say as follows. So where is SAPI? This is SAPI here. I can grab hold of all of this, just modify it. So we want SAPI to speak out. So we can just call that incorrect whatever. Let's say, yeah, and let's say incorrect answer. The right answer is whatever. So the right answer can be, let's say, plus convert column to string, and what we convert into string is the variable answer. There. Okay, and I also want SAPI to, after that I want the system to display, let's say LBL display the right answer. and that will be answer. Grab hold of this. That will display the right answer. Once the system displays the right answer, my add value will have to be validated with nothing, so that will be minus minus there. Then I also want to call my function math function to start all over. Okay, that is the function that I created earlier. Once the math function starts all over, I now also want my text box to get focused. So let's say focus. Alright, so once it's focused, whatever details we have on it should be cleared though. So let's say text box like that. There. And now we need to call this sound. You see this very sound that I have in here? I'm going to copy the, open up that, I'm going to copy the alarm. So select it, right click on it and select copy part. That is it right there. Copy the part. Now underneath here, using this function, sound play. Sound player. The sound player, so let's just give that an instant called SP. SP, that will be equals garbage collector new. That's going to be the sound player. And that will be as follows. Enter that. Alright, so get rid of this. Get rid of this as well. So instead of backspace here, all of that will be instead of backslash, all of that will be /. And change this as well. And this almost there. And the last one, there we go. So enter semicolon here. If the answer is wrong, this will come out with a sound, an irritating sound actually. Okay, that's the first one taken care of. Now let's take care of supposing you have winning. If you have winning, I'm going to grab a hold of all of these. Copy that and just paste that underneath here and get rid of this. If it's equals, that will be equals. It should be an if statement. And the winning is this name in here that I have in here. That is it. Winning or win is called. Change this to win. There. In that case, we're going to get rid of this. We don't need the sound anymore. Let's get rid of this sound. Yeah, get rid of that. And in here we can just clear this, copy. Yeah, just move this up. Just rearrange it a lot. Oh, this sound will not play. Yeah, the address is there, but I do need, let's say, I do need to load it up. Load the sound. And I also need to get it play. I say SP add play sync. Play sync. There we go. And I need that here as well. Paste that underneath here. Alright, let's bring this. I'm going to copy all of this. Just call it off and just put it right underneath here. There we go. Alright, and I also need to call this right away. There, call that. And what else? Once that is called, we now want our display. Let's get rid of all of this. We want our display, let's say LBL store point the text that will be equals, we need to convert to string, column to string, and what are we converting? We're actually converting add value. There we go. That will be +1 right away. Okay, and we now need the system to get focus again. Copy, paste it right underneath there. There. That is fine. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do now to go to the next form is, I'm just going to, maybe let's allocate about 2 or whatever. Yeah, 2 we do. So we can just come right here, use an if statement. If LBL, if LBL days equals 2, paste that in there. So once we get the score, let's say the score 3, yeah. Come right down here. So if it's equals 3, that will be equals. And we want, okay, we want SAPI to pause. Now what is the name of my form? What did I call the objects? The form 2, or what did I created a form in here, an object in here. It's called form 2, right? Grab all of that, and right here we want SAPI to pause. SAPI, I want you to pause, be quiet. There we go. And display form 2, show, and this is going to be dot hide. No, hide. And that is all there is to that. And finally, I want this to display the score, the total score. Grab hold of that, and that will come right here. Yeah, there we go. And then this if statement should actually be here, right there. It should be inside. Okay, inside this very if statement. Let's tab this. Yeah. Okay, that is it, done. Alright, so the result button is taken care of. Alright, so I'm going to try it out, but then let me show you guys one thing here. You see, SAPI here is going to get this mixed up. So let's enter column in there. Alright. Okay, let's run it now. I think I'm in position to run this now. Okay, click on run. Let's see what's going to happen.
17 multiplied by 3, what is the answer?
That's good.